getting ready to start my shotgun project, and before I start the project, I want to thank Jim one more time with the Mavericks Motorcycle Club, my buddy from PA, Jim. We might be going to Cabela's next month, depending on the money situation, but I think it's going to happen. Jim, thank you so much for this beautiful, beautiful shotgun. I hope you don't mind me modifying it. I think it's going to look even better. I'm keeping all the wood, everything original. The only thing I'm doing is extending the loading tube and trimming the barrel. And I got bluing. It's all going to get done right. Ooh, okay, I got the barrel about, let's measure it. Oh man, you gotta be ready, you know. Still have a lot of finishing work to do. This is just a rough cut. I got the barrel about 18¼ inches to leave me some room for filing and squaring. So I don't want to go under 18, okay? And this is just a rough cut right now, and it's a pretty good cut. If you can see, it's almost perfectly square already. It's about 32nd at a square right now. I can see daylight through the top part of the barrel going up against the roller. I can see a little daylight, so I got to take a little bit off the bottom. Okay, and going to have to square this off more, round it off more. Right now it's in its rough stage. I just chopped it, okay, but we're off to a good start because it's almost square already. So that means I won't have to do a lot of filing. Okay, see you in a minute. Alright guys, got it pretty damn good. Got it. I didn't even sand it yet. It's all file work right there. So I had to file a little bit. It's still 18 and it's 18 and 1/8 now because I had to file for squareness. Just to show you how nice and square we got it. You guys know how to read these things. That's perfectly square that way. The ruler's touching the bottom of the barrel and the top of the barrel at the same time. That's what you want, and you want to check for squareness this way, which is pretty much perfect. And just in case that bridge on top ain't straight, it's a sure thing by checking it this way. Let's see if I get a better shot for you here. Okay, there you go. That's as straight as you're going to get it. That is perfectly square. Now what I'm ready to do now is hit it with some nice fine sandpaper to smooth it out a little. And what I did with the top of the, if you notice, I don't know if you can see what I did, this last section here, I bullnosed it with the file. I made it, I rounded off, made a bullnose, rounded off. And then we're going to, not today, but we're going to put a sight on here. I'm not sure what sight I want to put. I don't know if I'm going to put a bead sight or what, but as far as it being symmetrically right, it is perfectly square as we speak. So so far so good. All right, let's get the sandpaper and let's touch it up with bluing. See how it comes out. See you soon. Probably can't tell, but as you can see, I'm done sanding it. I used what is this? 500 grit sandpaper, and as you can see, there's no burrs on it. Ain't gonna cut my finger. I can put it inside. It feels good. Eric likes this part. It's very nice and smooth. Now I'm going to apply the Birchwood Casey bluing. They suggest that you you can use alcohol, but they suggest you actually use cold soap and water and use Dawn, because it has to be completely grease free. So I'm going to do what they say. Now this bluing, when you use this type of bluing, this super blue, when you apply it, you only leave it on for like 30 seconds, and then you don't wipe it off with a rag. You rinse it off with cold water. The cold water activates it. That's what I was told. So I hope this helps you. I'm happy with it. It's coming out real good. Alright, see you soon. My nerves. Okay. Here's the receiver. Okay. Here's the foregrip. No need to take the foregrip off. And see this plastic plug here? See that dimple? It rides in that plastic plug's groove. So I got to get that dimple out. Once I get the dimple out, first I'll take this out in the spring. Once I get that dimple out, we can put the gun together and put the tube in. Got to get that dimple out. There's one on both sides, top and bottom. And the Dremel should take care of that. You know, it really sucks not having a cameraman. Really, really sucks. Okay, here's what I had to do. If you look inside there, I don't know if you, let me turn the light down a little. See them grinding marks? I ground down the dimple on the bottom and the dimple on the top. Then after you're done that, because you want it to be nice and smooth in there, okay, you get yourself some 500 sandpaper. Like that, wrap it around your finger. And get that nice and smooth. I didn't want to video all this, but maybe if you guys are going to do it, it's good for you to see it. So I'm using 500 because it's not aggressive. You got to remember, this steel, this loading tube is very, very thin gauge. It's really thin. You know, and you don't want to grind all the way through to make a hole. And I thought it was definitely going to make a little hole, but it didn't. Oh, I like that part. I don't know why. Something about it. Okay. Okay, I could see the grind marks, but they're smooth as silk now. I put my fingernail. Yeah, that feels great. Now what I'll do is get a shotgun shell, and obviously it'll load in this way. So as long as this lip, we know that goes in nice and easy. Oh yeah, that's going to load right past the loading, right into the extended loader tube. We're good to go. And you got to make sure it's smooth too, because remember, this stuff is up here. There's a little bit of a lip up here. I got to get a little more. You want everything as smooth as can be. You want to keep this thing reliable. You don't want to create any more problems. Okay, that's it. Now we can get this thing together. Alright, look at that. Is that thing badass or what? There it is. There's the extended tube. I just did a function test on it. Works very well. It ejects the shells. The spring's set right inside. I ain't gonna mess with that. Definitely gotta bring it to the range, of course. There's the end of the barrel to show you how good the bluing came out. Can't even tell. You don't see any bare steel on the end of the barrel. Nice and smooth, nice and straight, square. There's a magazine clamp I got for it. Some guy sent that to me a long time ago, and I kept it. And there's the. Now I want to tell you something about that magazine, extended magazine tube. I was using the UTG or the ATI. I forget where I got it from. Cheap ass magazine tube, and it wasn't tightening it down on the threads tight. I'm like, man, I was so pissed off because like, oh, it's finally done. All I have to do is screw this on, and it was screwing on, but then it was getting tightened and getting loose. I'm like, oh, these ain't the right threads. They're the wrong number threads. How can they screw up like that? So I said, wait a minute. I have a magazine tube to a Mossberg 500 that I thought was crooked, and it wasn't. So I have two of them. So you always hang on the gun parts. I said, I wonder if the Mossberg 500 magazine tube will fit on the Remmington 870 magazine thread. And it sure did. And guess what? It's nicer looking. It's better quality. It's tapered. It goes more with the gun. It even looks better. So it was a blessing in disguise that other one did not work out. So let me know what you guys think. I think it's really smoking. I think it looks good with the ridged barrel. It's really unique. This is like my gun. I look at it like this is my gun that I made, and it's personal. I want to thank Jim again for sending me this beautiful 870. I always wanted an 870, but I wanted one to look like this, that had this look, and we just made it happen. And videos like this are really good for the channel. It really is. So there's where we cut the barrel, and now this is what the barrel looked like before we cut it. There's the piece of the barrel there, and see how the steel shows. I just want to show you how good that birchwood Casey bluing. Look at that. That birchwood Casey bluing. That's what the barrel looked like on the shotgun. After that bluing, after we got done with the bluing, we got this result. Look at that. What's up? What's up? This might mean the Flyers might win tomorrow. I'm just feeling lucky. Yeah, got that. So, let me know what you think. There it is. I think it looks great. I'm happy with it. And thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. See you guys soon.